Have you ever looked at the kind of people who seem to have it all together and wondered, what if I'm not enough? I mean, you see their fancy jobs, their beautiful families, their perfectly curated Instagram posts, and you can't help but compare your own messy, imperfect life to theirs. In those moments, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind or that you don't measure up. But here's the deal. Everyone, and I mean everyone, has felt that way at some point. It's that universal feeling of not being good enough. And guess what? We are. We're all just winging it most days. You know those people who always seem to have the perfect life? Yeah, they're not immune to this either. They have their own struggles, their own insecurities, their own doubts, but you wouldn't know it from looking at them because they've learned something that I think all of us should learn. They figured out how to shut up the voice that tells them they're not enough. And once they did that, everything changed for them. They started thriving. So in today's episode, I want to share 3 things that they do that help them stay rooted in their worth. 3 secrets that can help us all overcome the feeling of not being enough. Number 1, you don't need to fit in. You need to rise. Think about it. When you try to fit in, you're conforming to someone else's mold. You're trying to be what society, your family, your friends expect you to be. You're sacrificing your authenticity at the altar of acceptance. On the other hand, rising means standing tall, standing out, standing for something. It means embracing what makes you unique and allowing it to shine. Rising means pursuing your dreams, speaking your truth, and living a life that's uniquely yours, even if it doesn't always look like what others expect. And here's the thing, when you choose to rise, you're not trying to dim your light to blend in. You're igniting it to illuminate your path. You're no longer seeking approval from the outside world because you've found it within yourself. You've embraced who you truly are, and you're confident enough to let that shine. When you rise, you stop comparing your insides to everyone else's outsides. You understand that everyone's journey is different. Everyone's path is unique. And you're not behind or ahead of anyone. You're simply walking your own path at your own pace. When you choose to rise, you stop caring about what others think, and you start caring about what you want. You no longer feel the need to conform to society's expectations or to fit into a box that was never meant for you. You're too busy carving out your own space in the world, making it your own. When you rise, you become an inspiration to others. By living a life that's true to you, you show others that they can do the same. You become a role model for authenticity, for following your dreams, for rising above the noise and the doubt. In essence, rising means choosing to be yourself, unapologetically, courageously, authentically. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. And here's why. When you rise, you stop seeking validation from the outside world because you found it within yourself. You become comfortable with who you truly are and you radiate confidence. You embrace your uniqueness and allow it to shine. You pursue your dreams, speak your truth, and live a life that's uniquely yours. When you rise, you stop comparing your insides to everyone else's outsides. You understand that everyone's journey is different, and you walk your path at your own pace. You stop caring what others think, and you start caring about what you want. You carve out your own space in the world. When you rise, you inspire others to do the same. You show them that it's possible to be yourself, to follow your dreams, and to live a life that's true to who you are. Rising is more than just a choice. It's a statement. It's a revolution. It's a way of living. It's a way of inspiring. And trust me, the world needs more risers. People who dare to be themselves, who dare to dream big, who dare to make their own rules, who dare to rise. So ask yourself, are you going to fit in or are you going to rise? Because the choice is yours and the world is waiting for you to make it. Now, I've got something really cool to share with you, something that can help you on your journey of self-discovery and personal growth. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I promise you won't regret it. Number 2, stop being productive to stay creative. Here's the problem with productivity culture. It turns our natural curiosity, our creativity, our desires into chores on a to-do list. Productivity culture teaches us to use our free will to chase things we don't really want. It's about crushing goals we set because we feel like we should, not because they align with our true selves. The danger is that eventually our actions disconnect from our core. We become machines ticking off tasks instead of humans pursuing what sets our souls on fire. Our motivation becomes fear-driven, fueled by the dread of falling behind. But when we shift our focus from production to presence, things change. Suddenly, we're not slaves to a to-do list. Instead, we're curious explorers navigating life on our own terms. We lean into uncertainty, knowing that the journey is just as important as the destination. We learn to celebrate small wins and savor the process. We listen to our intuition, understanding that it's guiding us toward what truly matters. And here's the best part. When we live from a place of presence, we naturally attract the right opportunities. We draw to ourselves experiences that align with our values and passions. Our lives become a reflection of our true selves, not a distorted image created by society's expectations. Living from a place of presence is not about being lazy or unmotivated. It's about being intentional. It's about making conscious choices that reflect who we truly are and what we truly want. It's about saying yes to what inspires us and no to what doesn't serve us. It's about taking the time to appreciate the beauty in each moment and to cultivate gratitude for the abundance that flows into our lives. So ask yourself, are you ready to ditch the to-do list and embrace the power of presence? Are you ready to stop chasing productivity and start chasing your dreams? Because the choice is yours and the world is ready to witness your brilliance. Number 3, stop comparing to find clarity. Here's the issue with the relentless comparison that permeates our social media-driven world. It blurs our vision, distorting our perception of ourselves and our abilities. When we constantly compare our behind-the-scenes struggles to someone else's highlight reel, it erodes our confidence and fuels feelings of inadequacy. We start to believe that we're not good enough, smart enough, successful enough, and the constant barrage of comparison can leave us feeling stuck and demotivated. It's easy to feel like we're falling behind or that our lives are somehow less valuable. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if we stopped comparing our insides to someone else's carefully curated outsides? What if we started focusing on our own path, on our own progress? When we stop comparing, we find clarity. Clarity about our strengths, our skills, our unique gifts. We see that we have something valuable to offer to the world. We realize that we don't need to be like anyone else. We just need to be ourselves. When we stop comparing, we find freedom. Freedom from the shackles of perfectionism. Freedom from the need to conform to unrealistic standards. Freedom to embrace our imperfections and our quirks. We learn to accept ourselves for who we are and to celebrate our uniqueness. When we stop comparing, we find joy. Joy in the journey. Joy in the process, joy in the small victories along the way. We start to appreciate what we have rather than constantly yearning for what we don't. We cultivate gratitude for the blessings in our lives and for the opportunities that await us. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop comparing? Are you ready to find clarity, to find freedom, to find joy? Because the choice is yours and the world is ready to benefit from your unique perspective and your authentic self. There you have it. You don't need to fit in. You need to rise. You don't need to produce. You need to create. You don't need to compare. You need to find clarity. These aren't just words. They're a blueprint for living a life that's true to you, a life filled with authenticity, purpose, and joy. And guess what? You've got this. Trust yourself. Embrace your journey and allow your brilliance to shine. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these points resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need it. Your support means the world to me. Thank you for watching, and until next time, remember to rise, create, and clarify.